It's become a prerequisite for congregations majoring in religious studies but minoring in faith. And casting the first stone has somehow become as common as tossing horseshoes at church picnics and like heroin. Evangelists take the Lord's name in vain, speaking in split tongue, understand. The devil goes to your church. Watch it. He sees judgment pass like collection plates. Pennies, nickels, and dimes, but a quarter of the church wouldn't offer $1 because all they have is $5, but they can give you 10 reasons why they need 20s, and they spend $50 a week on Newport 100s. He's watching. He sees tithing without intent, only 10% of hearts and minds are willing, donating to building funds, but for some reason the funds never build to actually start building. You see sin. Crowd war like a scarlet letter, praising false prophets in search of prophets. Patrons pay for the promise and answer prayers in churches. Churches feel like members like Twitter, who think they're following the word, but the Bible is misquoted and misused to strike fear instead of shedding light. Those serving shady serpents instead of leading sheep. And I wonder, when worshiping wardrobes became a way to walk in God's way, why can't we come as we are, lift up his name and thank him for the blessings he bestows? Because for some reason we think to be blessed, we must only be blessed with monetary blessings. And currently, this country worships currency. It says in God we trust, but do we really trust in God as much as we believe in this almighty dollar? We find ourselves praising the all-seeing eye of the devil's new world order. Understand? The devil goes to your church and lurks, confused, and even in the pulpit he sits front row. A wolf in sheep's clothing, watching, waiting, listening. He's that cell phone that rings. The reason that baby screams and why your mind wanders and you're trapped in those daydreams. See, Lucifer has too much pride to ever accept defeat. He has a gluttonous lust that feeds off envy and his greed, causes him to unleash wrath by making sloth into lost souls, and churches are full of them. Searching for that promised land, but I'm not talking about those 40 acres you see. I've seen the devil in church, and he quotes the Bible when he speaks. And singing with the choir doesn't scare him, because he inspires the songs. It says that God will never place more on you than you're able to bear, so the devil attempts to bear more on you than you're willing to relieve with prayer. It doesn't really matter your denomination, your religious beliefs. The devil is alive. His heart filled with malice and deceit, so be filled with the Holy Spirit. Have faith in the Father and the Son, and always remember that his will be done. And never let go of God's unchanging hand, because I promise you can never do this alone. And I'm guessing the devil really hates that I wrote this poem, but it's my PSA, my poetic service announcement to the adversary. The devil lurks like a prowling lion seeking someone to devour. It's him who must resist and never forget, because the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he did not exist. Waiting, listening. He quotes the Bible when he speaks, his heart filled with malice and deceit. And even if you refuse to believe, the devil goes to your church and sits in the front row.